Yo, what is up everyone, and today we're back with another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Now, this is a different video from usual because we got a special guest. This is Tyawesome70, everyone. Say hello.
Hello.
So say a little bit about yourself. What do you do?
I play games. I make videos when I'm bored, but I'm an inconsistent uploader. I haven't uploaded in 5 months.
You should get back on it. Link your channel, shit like that.
People love me. They'll come back to watch my videos. I'm gonna drop one soon. Probably next week.
You're not gonna tag your socials, nothing?
I'll tag my socials. They're all Tyawesome70. Besides Instagram has TVG and then an underscore in front of it.
Yeah, so I'll link those in the comment section below. So the reason why we have him on today, good friend of mine, we're gonna do a discussion video, and today's topic is just mostly about who is like the stronger boss, Cell Max or Broly and Omega. So Ty, you actually beat the event. I did not. So like, what do you think of it? Tell me.
It sometimes it can get very RNG dependent. Like the amount of runs I did, I remember I was doing it for I did it for a whole 3 hours the other day because I had woke up and done nothing, and I just was doing the event. I didn't even notice the time. 3 hours had passed, and I had a lot of runs. I died because of a bad RNG situation, such as I had a lot of attacks in one slot, and I had no items, and it was like blocking someone like Tech Gogeta, where he can only take one normal before like actually killing my entire team. And with the gods, with the gods doing so much damage sometimes, I literally could not stack with in BROLY, who's only 55% on my team. So I did end up, I was almost able to beat it with him, but after later on, I just dropped it in Hercule because I just needed like a unit to actually dodge her, and 55% then too much damage. And then there's AGO Pycon. Some of the runs, like a lot of the runs, I did die at the second phase because my plan was to set up with a revival for Evolution Vegeta, and obviously at typing disadvantage, he can take the second phase. In Vegeta can take a lot of damage since Cell Max is physical, and then he does all those AOE attacks, which usually do more damage. And sometimes I don't survive because I usually don't have enough HP when he super attacks me, or sometimes on the next following turn, like Pycon just doesn't dodge, and I just look at my screen so sad, bro. But like real ones at the final phase, they usually die because of like a misplay, or just like my RNG didn't come into like play. I was unlucky. Let me think of an example. Like, oh yeah, one of my runs, I almost beat it. One of my first few runs, I almost beat it. I lost because I had no more sensu beans, right? And Cell Max, he was attacking in one slot with a super attack that I could have nullified if God Goku didn't get locked in. It would have been so perfect if I just had the gods, the LR gods in the second slot so they can nullify the attack, and God Goku in the first slot with a bunch of other attacks that were there. I would have won. I would have won. And I had Evolution Vegeta on that rotation, I'm pretty sure, I think, so he would have killed. He would have killed if the gods didn't. And I don't think they did, obviously. But I would have won if that didn't happen, so sometimes it can really be RNG dependent, like, because it can be like a main example of if you're doing so good, but if you get super attack you die. It's definitely like a major part here, since like 1.8 million, not many units are taking that a super attack from him. It can get real bad real fast.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Now the thing with like Omega, like I just took Goku and Gohan team into that, and like it it's not even close. Cell Max is just the hardest boss in the game. Now, I guess you can make the argument for Broly being a little bit harder because don't forget he has the STR phase, and then right after the STR phase with the AOE's that do massive amount of damage, way harder compared to the physical Cell. Then you go into the final phase where he does 2 supers which do 1.2 million each. But the thing with that is that like you have God Goku, and then like you have like the gods. Like even if the gods get super, they're not like dying like frame 1 and stuff like that. And like with with Broly and Omega just being out for 7 months on JP, like Dokkan has put out like a lot of units that can like, you know, like steamroll them like pretty easily. Like for like Omega, like the androids, like the androids team, that just steamrolls it. Like
Yeah.
you just yeah, you
Bro.
just need like to pick up a little bit, but then like once you're good, like that team just solos it. And like potentially you could bring the androids into here because you got 16 and no, I said 16. Yeah, you could bring in Android 16. He does a decent amount of damage. I mean, Ty, you brought him in, so let them know how you did there.
In Android 16, and majority of the red zones I've used him in, he hasn't sold me. Sometimes he doesn't guard and he can take damage, especially freaking what you call it. If you don't have him like linked with a partner in the Broly against Broly, and he does it like from a normal attack, he takes like 220k. But that's Broly. It's obviously gonna hurt a bit, but in most other situations where he's guarding, he's absolutely fine. Like earlier, I'm still doing runs against like Cell Max, and I was using the AGL Cell team. So I had a great rotation. It's just that my AGL Cell didn't dodge and took 326k from a normal attack. He had no big bad boss and nothing active, so I died. But in Android 16, he got supered from Cell Max, and he has guard up, damage reduction up. So he took 151k. He can be really good in some events, and in the Cell Max event, he can be definitely a good option. You can do it with this Androids team, I think. I'm still like trying. Like I'm in the event right now, but it can be possible. It's a good team option.
Yeah, like especially with the tech androids, I still think they're like the second best TUR in the game. And like with their nullification, you can just pop it, and then like you're free to do as much damage as you want to Cell Max before the next turn. And one thing that you mentioned earlier that definitely does make Cell Max just like the hardest boss in the game is like, ironically enough, his first few phases are like too weak to the point that like you just blow through it and you can't even stack. Like I'm trying to imagine you bringing Ginyu into there, and like he's super effective against all types. So like if he does like he's like blowing through him, and then like by the time you get to the tech phase, you're like you barely like built up with him since the team is just so cohesive and you're doing so much damage. So like I guess that's an issue with that. But like there are some units that can counter, like in 16 Pycon with his nullification, tech androids. Also a sleeper in Hercule. Hercule does well in that event. Once he gets hit once, like, and his HP drops like massively, you got the damage reduction, and he has the dodge. And mine has 23 dodge, so he dodges like almost all the time. So yeah, he's a very good defensive unit. Like it's always weird how like when a new like hard event comes up, like some obscure unit that like you never thought you used, just like they just become goated, like with the God event Caulifla.
A millennia ago.
Yeah, the God event Caulifla, Red Zone, you got God Goku, and now you got AGL Pycon in Hercule, which is absurd. But like it is nice that like this event has like revitalized a few units. AGL Pycon, AGL Pycon is my goat. He carried me in Extreme AGLs, not Extreme, yeah, Extreme Super Class, no, Extreme Super AGL, Extreme Super Battle Road back in the day. He carried me through that no item run. But yeah, units like him got revitalized, which is pretty good. But I have a question for you, Ty. So like, do you think this is like a good thing for the game? Like the fact that we got this this stage?
Uh, I I honestly, in my opinion, do not know yet because it's so, bro. I'm sitting here thinking that he just when I was like in my first, was like, did he just like nullify half of the entire like box I have? I'm just thinking like, who am I gonna bring? I was sitting there, I was sitting there, just building teams, thinking, is this really gonna work? I was. I was what you call it? I was out here like when the first event first dropped at 3 a.m.
Florida a little bit?
I was building like the most insane random teams possible because I'm like,
Lower your
okay,
voice a little bit.
like what was it? I think I was trying to do a double. It's hard too because the friend there was no friend like leads for the units I'm using. I remember I tried to do a double LR near Goku and it could work, but the problem was I completely forgot about God Goku because I was just thinking about int units and I brung what you call it freaking in Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta like a fool. He's not even on the leader scale. I was just like, it had me like just like panicking so much, but it's like I still don't know if what he's doing right now like is good for the game because I see a lot of people saying it's good and people saying it's bad, but it's like it was obvious that they were gonna drop more difficult events, but I feel like I just feel like this one's on steroids just a bit because Cell Max like bro I think you need like 530k as an int type unit or something like that to be able to tank a normal attack or something.
Yeah.
It's it's so bad, but some modern day units can take. My AGSL after doing a double super was taking double digits, which is very impressive, and he also has the dodge ability. So he can be useful there in this team. But I remember my 55%, 19 in Jiro. They're 55%, but like when I placed them, this was my first run in the game. Against them, I was bringing the AGSL team, and I placed it. There was a bunch of attacks in slot 1. I said, okay, I'm going to place them in slot 1. I am watching them take 157k per normal. I died. I'm just sitting there flabbergasted. Like, are we serious right now? It's like, I like the fact that they're making more difficult content, but it's like, I feel like with this, I feel like some people are going to be a little angry, just a bit mad.
Yeah, I definitely been seeing it on Twitter. Now, the thing with me is that like especially for us global players, like this is just like we literally just finished the anniversary, and then like 2 weeks later we just got like we just like Broly and like Omega were just like baby rocks, and like we just got thrown a boulder with like Cell Max, and like the thing is that like for like JP, I guess it's like a natural progression for us to get like something like Cell Max because like they've been on JP for like 7 almost 8 months now, so it makes sense. But for like us global players, it is kind of hard, like especially JP. They got TechPan. The Truth DT just did a video on them. They did pretty well in the red zone, Cell Max event, and Vegeta and Trunks and Fuzamasu, they're like the best units in the game for that event. So like they dominate in that event. He did the no item run with them. But for my opinion on like, is this bad for the game? I think I had to agree. Like, I don't know. Like, I think it's good. Like, it's like I'm having fun with the event. Like, even though I'm like not beating it, I'm having fun because like, unlike the red zone, you have unlimited attempts. Like with the red zone, you only have 3 attempts per day. So like once you die, like you're like really pissed because like, oh, I only have 2 more attempts left, and when you die again, it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But at least with this, you can hop in multiple times, you try as many teams as you want to beat it, and yeah, I just think it's like it's nice. I mean, it's something new, I guess, and it's like I feel like it's a new like type of ramp up battle. Like there hasn't been like a difficulty jump from like one stage to another like that in such a long time. And like, I think that like he can't like Cell Max can be like a good thing for the game, but I do feel like the ramp up was like a little bit too egregious to the extent that like almost like 95% of the units in the game are just like unusable now, besides like a certain few. Like, I don't know, let me like AGOUI Goku, like you could use him in there, I guess, if we get really lucky. Namek Goku, he's gonna have like his last week of shine before he gets replaced or something. Yeah, like you can only use like a certain amount of units in a game, and I do wish that like they can like create like this type of difficulty in a game, but like you can use like other gimmicks, like, you know, so that like not every unit is like now considered useless. Like, I don't know, maybe you can debuff the enemy though they're doing like 1.8 million. Like, if you can debuff the enemy though they're doing 1.8 million, I mean, it makes it like at least better, because then you could bring units like, I don't know, let's say, who debuffs? What's it called? Golden Frieza, Agio Golden Frieza, the LR. I'm pretty sure he debuffs on his super attacks.
Zamasu.
Yeah, and Fusion Zamasu, he can debuff. So like, if you bring units like him, like he can do some work. Though, like, you know, Cell Max is still doing 1.8. Like, even if you debuff, it's not gonna make that 1.8 million like irrelevant. Like, still a lot of units are gonna die, but like having that like utility and stuff like to maneuver him, that would be good for the game. It'd be like healthy for the game. And I'm also seeing stuff about like, oh, this is like artificial difficulty and stuff like that. But like, my argument to that is that like okay, so the reason why they're saying it's artificial difficulty is because they're removing items, right? Basically, like, you can only use one item and stuff like that. And like, my argument to that is like, what's it called? So like, how else are they gonna make the bosses more difficult besides ramping up HP and then removing items? Because you guys don't like it when they lock, you guys don't like it when they seal. So like, what else do you want them to do? Like, honestly, like, they've been doing it for years and it works. So like, I don't understand like this artificial difficulty thing. Like, I'm sorry, this is not like Grand Cross or whatever, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I hate it's just some people. I just like they're never satisfied. It would be just like sometimes I see the same people who are saying like, oh, so only red zone matters now. It'll be those same dudes who are complaining about this right now with the items and stuff. But that's the thing. It's just like you obviously it's only going to get harder from here. It's like they're coping and they can't accept it. It's just gonna keep getting harder, and there's like you just can't. Why would they just give you extra items so the run could be easier for you? Some people will go ahead and make arguments for units that some might be good or not, but like that's the people who would like what do a double wish for them and say they're godly on defense. Those are the type of people who are doing that. And now the fact that they can't do it, and this is what I like, because in the Cell Max, that's one thing I like about the Cell Max effect, is that it's like it makes it hard for like me using like even the new units on Global, the LR God. Like when they first came out on JP, I'm like, okay, I'm not liking it too much because they basically just like sweeping the game and it's like way too free. But with this Cell Max event, I'm not taking off like 2 health bars immediately from 1 super attack. So it's like I like that, and also it shows the raw defensive abilities. So it actually like matters now what units that you bring. You just can't like hide them behind a Whis or something like that most of the time. That's what I like about it. It just shows you what units are actually better than others, because it shows like actual raw defensive abilities.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, what's it called? Like, me and you, like, we do a lot of no item runs. So like, for them to like remove like items, it's not like the biggest deal to me. But like, I do like the difficulty. Like now, like the hardest, like the best units in the game. Like you actually see them like doing like taking damage. Like I know my LR guys, they're 55%. Like they can take like double digits, but like sometimes if like you don't stack them up enough, they could take like 70k on normals and stuff like that. It's like it's interesting to see. Like I mean, they're still definitely like the best units in the game, no doubt. But like Cell Max just like unveils like the issues with the units and stuff like that, which is interesting. And one thing I just want to mention to all you guys, I've been saying this for a while, before they came to global and stuff like that, and like now since they've been on global for a while and this event dropped, the gods over the SSJ4s. I mean, it's not that big of a difference, like honestly, but like I think for this event, I guess you can make like a little bit of a wider gap between them. The LR gods and SSJ4s. The LR gods, you just want to dodge. Dodging is like the best ability for this event, and yeah, that's what I think. The gods over the SSJ4s, and they have better links, better team. Yeah, and I just see everyone using the LR gods to beat this event on global. Not many people using the SSJ4s because the units they have on their team, maybe they're just not necessarily the best for this event. But yeah, what do you think?
I'm pretty like the people like I think it's like really easier for the gods to beat it than the SSJ double SSJ4s because one, the two main core of that team that you would want to use are on there, being PyCon and God Goku. So it's like their team is like automatically better for this event. I've seen people beat it with the Super Saiyan 4s, those Super Saiyan 4s, because you know they do have some good options on there. Like one option, like you can use the LR gods in there too, but you can also use LR in Super Vegito. He is a spectacular option for this event. To be honest, I was trying to build a team with him on it. I think he's on my Super Saiyan team I have with the one named Goku lead. But he's one of the main options I can think of that will be very good for this event. I can't really think of like any other options that come on top of my head though. Because most of the units I'm thinking of right now, I think they just aged out a bit.
You could bring Int GT Vegeta. I mean,
oh yeah, I've seen people beat him on the Super Saiyan gods. So
yeah, I'm bringing him for my runs. Yeah, like mostly he's just there for like the rainbow orb changing, so like I can get like the ability to dodge more and stuff like that. So yeah, he's just there mostly for that, and like since he has type advantage, I mean he'll take like a chunk of damage, but like it's better than nothing.
Oh yeah, there's LR Tech Gogeta. He can use it on both teams, even though, bro. You gotta pray that he's not taking one attacks or none. Because for me, if he took more than 2 attacks, I literally just lost. There was one turn where I could have lived because I calculated the damage I just took from him, from like Cell Max. He took 485k from Tuna on my 2 normals, right? So, but I had 490,000 HP. I could have lived, but thing was, the gods, they didn't dodge an attack in like the first chart after they supered. So I think they didn't stack that much either. So it was my 55% gods. They took about somewhere around 50k, I'm pretty sure. So I could have lived that turn if they dodged, but they didn't dodge on one attack, and Tech Gogeta just took like too much damage as expected. But that's the thing, and I feel like a unit like him that was meant to tank is just like selling the bag. I just had him on there for the scouter, and I try to hide him as much as possible. When I was doing my runs, he was on. I'm making sure that he's on rotation with an LR Evolution Vegeta, so I can just float him off. And when because I would have like low HP with my strategy. Always I go into the last stage with low HP, so I can just pop the active skills with the LR gods. After I do that, I just revive, and that most of the runs that I did, that was working well. But I feel like he was probably like my main liability on the team, just because he couldn't take a hit for his life. Everybody else, I think, could decently. Well, not but Python could dodge. That's the thing. There was the LR guard they could tank. LR god Goku obviously tanks. In Hercule in Evolution Vegeta can't really tank. He can take like one or two hits and live, but for the most part, no. And then Tech Gogeta just dies. He was like my least tankiest unit on the team, so he just instantly got me killed. So he is a good option for the event, but you have to hide him. Mine is only 55%, so I don't know if he tanks better. I would assume probably not. Probably takes like 20k less. But you definitely have to hide him when using him. You can do it with him, but you have to just like make sure he takes no hits ever.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap this up soon, but one last thing. So, since this event dropped, it's been out for about 2 days or so, right? And
Yeah.
we got and like in less than a week or like maybe 8 days or so, we're gonna get the reveals for Cooler and Goku, and just more in general of like the future of like Dokkan units now. So like, what do you expect from like the newest Dokkan units that are gonna release in the future?
I expect them to do the same thing as the LR UI Goku and Evolution Vegeta did when the God event dropped, and when the LR Super Saiyan 4 and the LR Gods dropped the red zones. Well, like the first few stages at least, where they just absolutely wipe the event. I don't expect them to absolutely like demolish it, but make it like a million times easier than it is right now for most players. I feel like if you when they drop and you use them, you can probably use only one of them and just run it like a leader for the team that works with it, and you could probably just beat it because it should be like that when they drop. Because I think I did that with LR. I did it with both of the LR UI Goku and Evolution Vegeta. I didn't pull either of them, so I was just like I was improvising at the time, and you could just like get away with it using only one of them, and then substituting like some random leader for the team. So I think that's probably going to be like what's going to happen with Cooler and the Goku as well.
I hope that like the like in the future, free to play units and banner units, they get to like the standard to where they can do well on the Cell Max event and other future events. Like, I just saw Truth's video on Tech Pan, and like Chile was like looking at the designs for like Chile and Fasha. Like, I definitely do think that like they were in mind for this event, because like the way Chile is built, like she was just built for this event. And like Fasha, like the way she stacks up like her defense, and she has guard for like 5 turns or whatever, 4 turns, like she's like meant for this event. And like I hope like they design other futures like what other units like that in the future. And I hope that either Cooler or Goku nullify just like other attacks, like, you know, quote unquote other, like Cell Max, he doesn't do like beam super, he doesn't do melee, it's undefined. So if he can like nullify undefined super attacks, one of the two, that'll just be like so good, because you can actually just put a unit in there and like they'll like guarantee like eat that shit up. Like, that'll be so good. I just hope. I can't wait for Cooler and Goku to drop. That was such just I don't know. Cooler is like, he's very hyped to me. Like, I guess like seeing Cooler go through the Kamehameha, like that would be so cool in the game. I just can't
Oh
wait
yeah,
for
that would be a great nullification. That would
yeah.
be so good to see in game, bro. They have to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm more excited for Cooler, because, especially because the Turles that just dropped, like using them as rotation, and you could finally maybe revitalize not EZA, LR Turles and Squadron, stuff like that. I just can't wait. Extreme Team is finally gonna get the buff it needs to succeed, like the super class teams.
The transformation boost fleet hopefully coming after 5 million years for the team. So You can run like all the top tier extremists like Kid Buu, Janemba, maybe full power Frieza in the game. It's gonna be beautiful. And we got AGO Golden Frieza who just dropped recently. It's gonna be very good.
Kid Buu, man, I can't. Oh my god, Kid Buu, Golden Frieza, and Janemba on the same team. You're not
They
dying,
have
bro.
to put him on part of the Lunar Scale. There's no way they don't.
They have to. I think the transformation boost should be the 30%, like the extra 30%. That's what I think.
Yeah, it should be.
Movie bosses and planetary destruction, because then Golden Frieza, Kid Buu, and then them are on the 170, and then they're all on transformation boost. That'll be so goated, bro. I just can't wait. But yeah,
Only a few more days. Only a few more days.
Only a few more days. So look out a video for that when that drops. But yeah, thank you, Ty, for coming on. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Wait, by the way, I want to hit 50 subscribers by the end of Worldwide Download Celebration. So we're gonna start this thing called Road to 50. Please help me out. Like, comment, share, subscribe. It really helps me out. I'm gonna tag Ty in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and have a good one. Peace.